Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with my Beauty A to Z Project Pan intro for 2023. This was started in the PANtastic ladies by, I want to say Jessica and Amanda started this one together. I will list the correct in the description below if I am incorrect. I mean, I'll list it anyway, but you know what I mean. Along with the PANtastic ladies group and, you know, all fun and pertinent information. The idea behind this is to just pick 26 items for the alphabet, or in my case, the English alphabet. If you do not speak English natively, you can choose your alphabet. It's pretty customizable, honestly. That's one of the nice things about the PANtastic ladies is, for the most part, you can customize project pans to suit your needs. Which I actually did to this one, not by changing the letters, but by giving myself a little bit of a theme. So this year, because I guess I had to make this harder for myself, which it actually did, as far as picking out items, I decided to theme this with subscription box items that I have received. I have a lot of them. I'm decently okay at going through them, especially things like skincare, but I definitely want to make a conscious decision this year to work through more of my subscription boxes. My main subscription box is the Ipsy, the little one with the minis. I do occasionally get Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, that is the full size. In the past, I have gotten Allure for a few months. I used to get BoxyCharm, BoxyLuxe, and Boxy Premium at different points. And I will note where all of these items came from, and I do purchase from Ipsy's pop-up sales and the like on occasion, so there are one or two things included from that as well, but you could get them in an Ipsy bag or Glam Bag Plus or whatever, so I figured why not? So like I said, that made this a little bit harder, but I mean, I still had plenty to choose from. There was just a couple of letters that kind of gave me issue. But let's get started and I'll show you everything I'm going to work on this year. I will not be working all of this at the same time. There's a lot in here that honestly has a product ahead of it in another project pan, and I will note that at the end what I'm going to actually be starting to work on this month. So, starting with A, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. That is where I think I am right there. This has been sitting on its side for quite a while, so I was kind of guessing. I did weigh it. It weighs 133.7 grams. I've only used this like a few times. I am working on a different foundation right now for my Nightmare on Panning Street Project Pan, but it is not a full ounce. So hopefully that will help me get through it a little bit faster and I can start working on this soon. I got this in my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus 1 month. For B, I have the Elizabeth Mott Shea Hand Cream in Floral Bloom. So it could be, it doesn't have to be the first letter of the phrase. In a couple of letters, it doesn't even have to be the first letter in any word. This I got in the Ipsy pop-up. That is where we are starting. This, as you can see, already has progress on it. I've already been using it. I have admittedly kind of slowed down my usage on it because I didn't want to finish it before I had a chance to film. For C and D, I have similar, well, they're the same product, but I picked C for one thing and D for another. For C, I have the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Liquid Shadow in Disco. I went for Chroma for C. I actually am wearing this today. Hopefully it has increased the daylights out of my eyeshadow. I popped this on top of my eyeshadow. And I am counting that usage, because screw it, why not? But this is what it looks like. I'm gonna have to weigh this, because I can't imagine it's going to show progress very easily. And even though I just got these in, I think, October for my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, a lot of people have been complaining that these were already dried out for them. Mine were not dried out, but they definitely feel like they're on the way to doing so. For Disco, it weighs 12.5 grams, and for D, I have the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Liquid Shadow in Space. It is the black one. I have not ever used it, and it weighs 12.4 grams. I don't know why the one I haven't used weighs less than the one that I have. I don't ask these questions. All right. For E, I have the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. I got this, I want to say in an Ipsy bag. I'm not sure. This is one I've gotten so long ago that I'm not entirely sure. It might have been a BoxyCharm. But it currently weighs 53.5 grams. I don't really like to mark the back of loose setting powders because I don't tend to find that terribly accurate, so I just weigh them. And I just removed the sticker from this, and it has already filled, as you can see. That's why I don't find it to be very accurate. And despite it being coconut, it doesn't smell like anything to me. So, sad but true. For F, I have the Fenty Skin Fat Water Pore-Refining Toner. This is just a mini that I got in an Ipsy bag. I actually have a full size that I bought from, I want to say, a BoxyCharm pop-up. So really should get to using this one, and I have to change my battery, so I will be right back. Okay, I not only changed my battery, I turned my light down a little bit, hoping that the glare would go away. As you can see, it is not. So we're just gonna have to deal with that. For G, I have the Goldfaden MD Dr. Scrub Ruby Crystal Exfoliator. I chose G for Goldfaden. Not a lot in this. Got this in an Ipsy bag, and despite it being little, these Goldfaden products are worth a lot, so I do like to use them up. I'm surprised that that one is actually still hanging around. Most of my Goldfaden minis I tend to use up as I get them. For H, I chose the Clarity RX Daily Dose of Water Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This was in an Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. It is all the way up to here. For just a hyaluronic serum, this is worth like $72. So yeah, for the fun of having a high empties, let's go ahead and use that up this year. Or higher, I guess I should say. For I chose Item Beauty Shake It, Balance, and Tone Mist. This is just a facial spray. It does help keep you a little more on the matte side. That's what the stuff at the bottom is. We are starting right here. I have used this a little bit, but I won't be using it to finish it off for quite a while, unfortunately. For J, I have Juice Beauty Prebiotic Instant Flash Facial. The Item Beauty I actually added as an add-on to an Ipsy bag, and this came from an Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. We are starting right here. I have used this a few times. I do like it. It is like a 2 to 3 minute mask, which is kind of nice. Go ahead, use it, and a couple of minutes later, you're done. I can't help but appreciate something that quick. For K from Ipsy, I have the Kinship Supermello Hydrating Gel Cream. I actually got this just, I want to say 2 months ago. This is where we are at. It is very nice if you like gel-based moisturizers, which I do. For L, I have the Lavido 2-in-1 Purifying Face Mask and Exfoliator. I'm just going to use this as like an exfoliating face wash. We are starting right here. I do have something that I'm using up currently in front of it. For M, I have the Glowasis Skincare Milkdew, which sounds gross, but whatever. pH Balancing Moisture Milk Toner. We are starting all the way up to here. I have used this a couple of times, but you know. The Lavido and this came in an Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. For N, I have the Rerum Natura, the body cream. This came in Ipsy. We are about right here. It's a little hard to tell, but I don't think it's going to sink anymore. The weight on that is 41 grams even. For O, I have the Ofra Cool as a Cucumber Primer. This one, it hasn't settled yet, so I can't mark it just yet because it's been laying on its side for quite a long time. I did weigh it though. It weighs 110.7 grams. Once I can get a mark on this though, I will. That is from Ipsy Plus. Next, actually from BoxyCharm, which I haven't had in a while, which means I really need to use it up. It's actually supposed to expire in November. It's the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Icy Sherbet Primer. I think this will actually be really nice in the summer because it is quite icy. Let's see, I keep the seal on it, but this is what it looks like. And it smells a lot like rose too for information purposes, but it weighs 177.8 grams. I could beat somebody with this. I don't know why that's always the thing that occurs to me with heavy objects, but it is, probably says something about me. Next is Q, and Q is one of those letters in the English language that it's actually a pain in the butt to find words that start with it. I did happen to do it for this, but it would be one of them that if you had like something with aqua in the name, you could use it for Q. I've done that in the past. This is the Item Beauty Lip Quip in Heart Poppin'. It is a lip oil / lip gloss. In particular, I use this one as a lip gloss, but some of the thinner lip oils I tend to actually use as lip balms, but we are starting right here. And this is one that is very liquidy. If you happen to get one of these, don't do like I did, and while you're looking at it, tip it over, because that is how I used up a big chunk of this, is that I spilled it on my floor. Like, that sucker will tip right out. For R, I have the Rose and Quartz Hair Mask. R for Rose. I got this in a Boxy Luxe, which shows how old this is. Haven't gotten Boxy Luxe in quite a long time. It does smell a lot like rose. I don't mind it, but certainly something to keep in mind. But it is a pretty nice hair mask. It weighs 264.7 grams, and once again, I could beat somebody with this. This one feels like harder plastic though. So I guess if I was using my skincare and beauty stuff as a weapon, I would go for it. I don't know why I think that way. For S, I have the Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacial Water Cream. I want to say this was Ipsy, but it is several years old. I actually put this in Beauty A to Z 2 years ago, but I had put like 4 moisturizers in there, so I had to cut one, and this was the one I ended up cutting, and I haven't touched it since. And it's really old, and I really want to use it up this year. It's still good, it still smells fine and everything, but now is definitely the time for it to go. Its current weight is 115.9 grams. All right, so for T, I have a little mini from Ipsy. This is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. Mine is in the shade 12 in Fair Neutral, which works pretty well for me. I prefer the regular Shape Tape because I'm very oily, but I can make this work fine. And yeah. Oh, weight. That's what I'm trying to remember. It weighs 7.6 grams. Next is U, and I got this from BoxyCharm, which once again shows that it's old and I need to use it up. It is the Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics Undercover Concealer. Its weight is 22.6 grams. This one I'm a little worried about using because it's a little on the dark side. This might have to just be like a face concealer / maybe even like foundation, because it's pretty dark. I will figure out a way to make this work. If I have to use it up as a foundation, so be it. I've done it in the past with concealers. V is Volition Screen Time Hydra Mist, another facial spray. We are starting right here. I had this as an add-on for Ipsy. Next is the one Ipsy Glam Bag X item that the one box that I got. This is from it. It is the Rare Beauty with Gratitude Lip Balm. Mine is in the shade Thankful. It is completely full. Got a lot of product in there, but I do actually like it, and it's nowhere near that like nude when it's actually like on the lips. It's much more sheer. So I'm looking forward to using that. X is, I think, an add-on from Ipsy, or I might have bought it in a BoxyCharm sale, but it is the Complex Culture Filter Out Daily Blue Light Defense Mist. I actually had to pull this out of the box, so it's something I probably did from BoxyCharm, but it is all the way at the top. I've never used it. For Y, from Ipsy actually, despite this being a full size, I have the YC Collection Liquid Blush in Freesia, I think is how you say it. Its weight is 21.2 grams. Oh God, I just dripped that. Shoot. So that's probably on my clothes now. Yep, that's on my shirt. Fun. Anyways, that's what the swatch looks like. And finally, for Z, this was one I really had to search for. And I ended up, actually originally had something else in here, but as I was looking today, I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is, but it was another bronzer. I chose a bronzer because Z is in bronzer. It's the Shades Pai Shan bronzer in Latte. And its current weight is 23.4 grams. I will also take a picture of this so we can have comparisons. And not a lot of this is going to get worked on right away. I kind of mentioned it a minute ago, but I'm working on stuff from other project pans right now. The two things I'm really going to be working on right now. So the four things that I'm going to start working on right away are the Goldfaden scrub. I'm already working on the Elizabeth Mott hand cream. I'm going to start working on the Kinship moisturizer. And I'm going to start working on the Rerum body cream. So I suspect I will finish these two by the first update and these two by the second update. And by that point, I hope I have a few other products in my rotation so that, you know, progress is being shown. That is my hope anyway. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.